How you guys doing? Well, I'm gonna take this time out to thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you for watching, and especially thank you for commenting. I know I've been gone quite a long time now, but in that little time I've taken to take a little break to reassess. I was contemplating if I should even come back to make videos, because I know on this particular platform we call YouTube, you're so limited in what you can actually say or do because you're censored. Nevertheless, I will go ahead and continue. Now, I guess I should start it big, right? Because I know a lot of you I still hear it to this day, still talking about this ideology you call, not me, you call white supremacy. First and foremost, there is no one supreme to me. The mere fact that you're saying white supremacy means that you're inferior to them. Now, I know why some of you say it, because that's the way you make your money. I get it. The masses who listen to you, they don't get it. They really take you serious. You see? I know you're joking. I know you're in it for the money, because I can tell by your actions. Because these same people, I don't have to call their names. These same people who say they're quote unquote fighting against this ideology called white supremacy, which means they're actually promoting black inferiority. I'm using the color scheme that you guys like to use. You like to use white and black when you talk about Europeans and Africans. But anybody else, you say Asians, you say Indians, you say Arabs, Koreans, whatever the case have you. But for some weird reason, Europeans and the Africans, white and black. So I'm gonna go with it. I'm just gonna go with it, okay? All right. So when you say you're fighting this, when they say they're fighting it, but yet when you look at their lives closely, you say, wait a minute, man. Wait a minute. You fighting against supposedly white supremacy and race soldiers, but you living right around them. How are you fighting them, but you living right around them? That makes no sense at all. And every time I look around, I see you participating in their society. So how are you fighting that? It makes no sense. Then we have another gentleman, an elder, who says if you don't understand white supremacy, everything else will just confuse you. Well, I'm confused altogether, because that statement makes no sense. And the same gentleman, you know who he is, and I have nothing against the elder. Same gentleman will say that the white supremacists, I've heard it out of his own mouth, the white supremacists are the smartest people on the planet. But yet he sells a book for you to buy to understand it. Well, wait a minute. I'm really confused now. You just told me the white supremacists are the smartest people on the planet. Why should I buy your book unless you're a white supremacist? Because if I'm buying your book to understand them, and you just told me the white supremacists are the smartest people on the planet, then buying your book is not going to do me any good. I'm just saying, it's not going to do me any good at all. Because according to your logic, the white supremacists are the smartest people on the planet. Okay, you can't tell me I'm lying, because I've heard him say it out of his own mouth. Okay? And then this notion, if you don't understand white supremacy, okay, so what do? Do I go to school and I get a certificate? Okay, now I finally understand white supremacy, so I can fight it now. I mean, when you think some of these things out, man, these concepts, like, you know what? Yeah, that don't make no sense, man. I can't roll with that one. And again, I have nothing against the elder, but it just got me confused altogether. But maybe that's what it is, because I don't understand white supremacy, so I'm just confused. Oh, man. You guys don't understand, man. We less than roughly 16 months away from 2020. And you guys still gonna be talking in 2020, still talking the same thing, white supremacists, race soldiers, on and on and on and on. Forever being the victims. But yet you tell me now you got a higher level of understanding, a higher consciousness. So wait a minute, I'm confused. Now again, I'm confused again. So you telling me you have a higher level of understanding, a higher consciousness, but the best thing you could do is be a victim? You're supposed to find a way to circumvent whatever they're doing, right? If you have all this higher intellect, this higher level of understanding, this higher consciousness, you already got your pineal gland decalcified, you already got your third eye open, you already got your chakras all up and everything else, you're already vibrating on this higher frequency and all this other stuff. But for some reason, the best thing you can do is be a victim? damn, it's best I stay where I'm at then, because if that's the best you can do, you're supposed to be way beyond my level of understanding, that's the best that you can do, then we really ain't got no hope in hell of overturning this system at all. This system of injustice. That's a concept some of you guys use. Again, this is a system of injustice. You got no hope of overturning it at all then, because if that's the best thinkers we got on the supposedly on the front line, the best thinkers and supposedly the best doers, but we ain't really doing much besides talking and making documentaries and that kind of stuff, but we ain't really doing nothing else besides that. If this is the best we can do, we might as well hang it up. We might as well stop playing these games. At least the children will respect you more instead of pretending. And that brings me to another topic. No wonder why some of these youths don't respect you. What are you doing? What legacy are you leaving behind for them? They can't inherit your job. They don't want your fancy car you buy right now in 2018, because by the time they grow up, that car is going to be old. The house, you really can't I mean, it's good to have some land, but unless you actually pay the taxes, you really don't own it. But it's good to have that. I'm not knocking it at all. So at least they'll have a start with that. Do you have any businesses that you could have? Because I'm going to talk about it all in this one particular video, because I've been gone a long time, and I've been just looking and analyzing stuff from afar, not saying anything for months. I think I've been gone for 4 months, haven't said anything. So I'm moving on now. This homeboy wants to build a school. He's still talking about building a school. Listen, when I made that video about that fellow who wanted to build that school, I was showing you all those other schools for a reason. You see, you might think people who don't have the ability to actually think analytically or critically or have calculated thinking, you might not really understand or understood what I was doing. I was showing you that those schools for a reason, not for the reason you might believe. No. I was showing you for a reason that you have all those other African-centered schools that already exist, and yet African people in America still find themselves in the condition you're in. What does that tell you? It tells anybody who has the ability to think that creating another African-centered school will not do any good to help you. That's what it tells you, if you're intelligent enough to see it. But you see, when you have people who have been beaten down so low that they're looking for some type of, I guess, a beacon of hope, and someone's coming along and says we can build a school for black boys, and you rally behind that, and homeboy ain't built a school yet. And you wondering, wait a minute, man. You don't stop and think, well, wait a minute. How many people plan to attend that school? Because last I checked, Harvard University have, I think, about 11,000 people maybe. And Princeton, I think, the same thing. And Morehouse, I think, is 10,000. So let's see. Okay, according to their numbers, not my number. I didn't do anything. I don't have any census. They say, I don't know for sure, they say have 14 million African Americans in America. Out of that 14 million, let's just say out of that 14 million, I'll be let's just say half, 7 million is of school age. Let's say 7 million of that 14 million is of school age. The average university can only hold about 10 to 11,000 people in it. So that number is a whole lot smaller than 7 million. Which state is this school going to be in? And this is the most important question, which I know nobody never asks. When, or should I say, what's the time frame that you can get some benefit out of these children going to that school? I mean, you gotta give me a time frame, because you're talking about them going to the school. They have to graduate from your school, you know, then they have to put whatever they learned into practice. But then here you got another problem comes into play. Where are they gonna find jobs at? So don't tell me they're going to find jobs in the same European system, because these European companies, but yet they have an Afrocentric mindset. You're confusing the children now, because now they have an Afrocentric mindset, but now they have to go apply for a job in a European institution, a European company. Wait a minute, man. Isn't that kind of ass backwards? Shouldn't you create the institution, the jobs first for the kids to go, so at least when they get out of school they have some place to go work? Because they have all this African-centered knowledge, but then you send them out in a European institution to find a job. You're setting the children up for failure. If you were supposed to get that school, supposed to do what it's supposed to do. But we don't think things out. We are highly emotional and very illogical. Say it again. We are highly emotional and very illogical. That's a recipe for disaster. I don't understand why some of us are not able to see things clearly. But then again, I take that back. Allow me to contradict myself. I know why. Because you fall in love with personalities, and once you fall in love with a personality, that's it. You can put your brain on hold. It doesn't work anymore. I don't care what person. It could be the pastor, the imam, the rabbi, whoever. Once you fall in love with a personality, you'll never see them for who they are. Because you're in love with a person, man. They can't do anything wrong. And that's what stops your brain from thinking. That's what retards your growth. And that's what they like. To keep their attention focused on them. To keep the money coming in consistently. To keep you buying. To keep you tuning in. That's the game. That's the game. But again, like I said, I don't want to make this video too long. I've been going a whole long time. And I got quite a lot to say. But I'll leave it for some other videos. But I just want to touch on that concept, that ideology that some of you still adhering to. From time I hear someone say white supremacy, I don't even want to have a conversation no more. I'm done with the conversation. I try to do it as nicely as I can. I'm not trying to be rude. But in my mind, I'm already checked out of the conversation. I'm gonna start going, yeah, I hear you. You're right. I'm not in the conversation. I'm just going along to get out the conversation so I can go on about my business. Because we can't have a conversation when you're talking about such nonsense. I know that's going to hurt some of your feelings because that's something you hold dear to your heart. But I can't hold that to my heart because it's going to retard my growth. If I'm always thinking that someone is better than me, I live in their system. Okay, well, my goal will be to get from under their system to do the best I can. So you're always gonna feel somebody's better than me, and I can't do nothing because of the white man on top of me, and the white man in the white system. Okay, if you felt that way, why don't you change it? That's like an abusive woman staying in a relationship with an abuser. The man is knocking her upside the head, and she's still, I can't go nowhere, man. I already got these kids from, and we've been together now 5 years, and every time somebody looking on you wearing sunglasses on because you got blacked up eyes. The smart thing would be to leave the damn joker. But you find an excuse. Well, I can't go because, I'm already old now, and who's going to want me, and he makes all the money, so, excuses upon excuses upon excuses. The smart thing for you to do is get the hell out of the situation. And I know some of you going to say, well, where are we going to go? Huh? With the advent of the internet, and I'm going to end on this topic here. Well, actually, yeah, I'm going to end on this topic. I'm going to cover some more in a different video. With the advent of the internet, I'm amazed that some of you guys ask such foolish questions where we're going to go. Because right here on this same platform we call YouTube and other places around the internet, but let's just go with YouTube, I'm able to see all these people all over the world. Europeans all in Africa, all in South America, all in the Caribbean, all in Asia, all in Thailand. I'm like, wait a minute. And they're living there, learning the language, having a good time. I don't hear them say, whoa, where are we going to go? They just got up, moved, and they went. Now, I'm not advocating you have to leave the country. Do what you want to do, but I'm just saying that I see all these different people that don't like the condition of America, and they just move. They just move. I'm not talking about retirees. I'm talking about young people still in the working ages. They just say, nah, I can't deal with this anymore. And they just move. I'm talking about European people. I've seen some African people do it as well. I've seen some Asian people do it as well. But for some weird reason, when it comes to the vast majority of us, What are we gonna do? They're everywhere on the planet. You can't do anything. You can't escape his reach. You give this my God, you guys give that ideology so much power. It controls. I'm amazed that some of you guys could even function in life, man, because you give these ideologies so much power over you. I'm amazed you could even function. I'm amazed you could even take a shower without looking behind you. White supremacists coming behind me. I mean, I can believe it, but I can't believe you can do anything. Because everything for you is, well, the white supremacists, you know, and they ain't gonna let us do this and they ain't gonna let us do it. But yet, you're still alive. So if they ain't gonna let you do anything, why not just kill you and be done with it? Well, see, they're killing some of us. Okay, well, why don't they do it wholesale? Why play all the games? Let's do it wholesale and be done with it, right? Can't answer those questions, can you? Well, see what they're gonna do. You know, soon they're gonna do. You know, they got the FEMA camps. You know, and I've been hearing about these FEMA camps now for 15 years. And you know, the government's arming up. They got the armor pressing bullets. You know, they got 800,000 rounds of. Yes, I've been hearing about that for years as well. You know, the poisonous off in the food. That is true. And the water. That is true. But what do you do about it? Crickets. You guys have been perpetual victims for the past 60, 70, 80, maybe even 100 years. Perpetual victims. When I say you guys, I'm talking mainly to Africans in America and in the Caribbean and even on the continent of Africa and even probably some in South America got the same type of defeatist attitude. Some of us, not all of us, some of us. Perpetual victims, can't do anything. Wonder why your kids don't respect you. Wonder why when some of you get old, your same children don't even come to see you. Won't even let you see your grandkids. Because for what? What reason? But hey, I'm just some dude on the internet that's talking. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm just some random dude, just some simpleton. You know, some of you might call me a name. I'm just whatever name you might think about. Just call me. Sure, no problem. It doesn't affect me. It's not gonna stop the way I think. And I see things a lot differently to the masses. Because quite frankly, the masses are asses. I know that might offend your feelings, but hey, you'll have to be offended. If that doesn't pertain to you, don't worry about it. It had nothing to do with you. But those of you that are offended, examine why you are offended. It's not my intention to offend you. It's my intention to get you to think. You don't think, you parrot what you hear. But you don't tell me what you know. So if I ask you a question, you're going to parrot what you heard one of your talking heads say. But if I ask you what you know, crickets. You try to talk around in circles as if I can't pick up on what you're doing. And I don't even understand why, because some of you are very intelligent, but you don't allow your brain to work. Why? What are you afraid of? Really and truly, what are you really afraid of? Why don't we take any action? Why don't we work towards progress? Why? Why all we could do is be perpetual victims, complaining about what's happening to us and what they're doing to us, and why? Don't y'all get tired of that, man?